this series so far. I know we're only not even a game and a half in, but nobody's really making a splash moment for Jobless quite yet. And despite this, they only sit down a single goal. Forward, though, are definitely getting the better of them as this one goes high, and the last man, Mike Boy, now needs to play defense. Oli trying to make him dance. Here comes Ixo, and Jobless, we try to live off of that counterattack. Forward at this time.
Still trying to keep it going, though. Jobless working their way 1 inch at a time towards the midline, but Forward just does a great, consistent job of keeping it up.
Oh, no.
And my gosh, that's really an unfortunate way for this one to find its way in. It's a great first initial play from Compact in crazy control. But, oh, man, I mean, if you're Oli, you just want to close your eyes.
I mean, that's the second one that's gone off a post and then a player. And that one just went straight into the net. So Jobless living up to the namesake right now. They are not putting away the goal. Here we go. They get one back, and Oli gets some redemption here. But a tough couple of goals that Jobless have given up. And they'll get one back. This time it's Oli downfield, a little flick on. And they'll be happy for it. 2 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock. And this game was starting to look worse and worse for them.
Yeah, it definitely was looking like it was getting out of their hands there, but Oli keeping them in this. Just a 1-goal deficit, though, for Jobless. Trying to tie things up. Oli off the ceiling to himself around the corner. And really everybody just trying to anticipate these touches. Nas over to Ixo. Ixo trying to slow things down. Edgeby just going to take this one away immediately, but I like this midfield presence from Oli. Down over to Nas. It's right on through, and just like that, tied game.
And maybe the biggest piece of creativity we've seen from Jobless, it's Oli from the ceiling, finding his man across the box. Nas picks it up, and it just happened so quickly that once the first man was beat from forward, they really couldn't react. Jobless set up perfectly, and after all the mishap that Jobless has had in this game in particular, we're tied up, and they might just take the lead. Ixo off the kickoff finds the back of the net.
Hey, if you're going to have some pressure and momentum, you got to keep it going right off the bat here. And I mean, Edgeby, he tried his hardest to try and meet it and keep it out, but Jobless just too much this time. 1-goal lead, 1:44 on the clock. Back at the kickoff they go, and Forward going to have to refine their footing over one. Ixo keeps us out.
What a turn of events for Forward, who seemed very confident going into this game. And, well, Oli, I'm not sure. I think he was trying to take a challenge in the middle of the box and instead just gave the ball up on the backflip to Mike Boy, and it was really a free shot from there.
It makes you speechless, to be honest. Like, you think, all right, they're finally back into it, and then as soon as it happens, it's just a couple of the same mistakes getting repeated over and over and over again. But hey, the pressure back in the favor of Jobless. Nas reset over one off the crossbar. That's a free shot for Ixo to clean there. And Jobless doing what they've done before. You lose the initial goal, you respond off the kickoff, and then you just keep going.
Yeah, double commit on that challenge means the flip reset beats the last 2 men on Forward. A free tap in for Jobless in a 7-goal game in game 2. Back and forth we go.
113 Edgeby to Mike Boy, cleared back out. I like this from Compact, though, staying a little bit deeper, trying to, anticipate a lot of these clears that have been coming in so often. Oli to nobody. It's really just Mike Boy back to Edgeby, and Mike Boy cheat up. I mean, although no bumper demo is going to come off that one, you gotta try something. Less than a minute to go here around the corner. Low boost for Forward, but they're still working with what they've got to get past mid. They get past one. Edgeby can't get past Nas, though. He's just too big of a challenge.
Nas and Ixo both going for this one, but Forward just have no answer. They can't catch back up to the play. They're just having to eat shots from Jobless, and now you're 30 seconds left. You've got to put something together, but Jobless, I think, have woken up. They're playing a little bit faster. The solo plays are punching through the defense now, and Forward, they've been backed up so much we haven't seen offense for a minute or so.
Yeah, it's been a little bit since we've seen anything successful, but to be fair, Jobless still holding on to their 1-goal lead. Time for one more play. Low boost, Compact, down over to Mike Boy. Denied by Oli. This hits the ground, and it is tied series. Great response from Jobless. Looked a little bit better in that middle of the game, but great response nonetheless.
Yeah, halfway through game 2 was really where I think Jobless came through, or kind of grew up in this series and figured themselves out and started to flow, or fall into their flow. They got defenders to bite on a lot of their solo plays. You just saw in that replay a little flip reset from Nas Beats 2, and maybe that's a forward mistake, but a lot more opportunities coming out for them here in this game. And halfway through that game, after they gave up those 2 wacky goals, Jobless looked a lot better.
Yeah, they definitely did. And I mean, you know what? That's exactly what they needed. They needed a little bit more confidence. I liked how quickly those responses, though, would come off the kickoff, which, I mean, that's what you need. So back into this one is going to be game number 3. Tied series. Winner claims match point. Momentum supposed to be favored for Jobless. We're going to see if forward can take it away.
And now I start to worry for forward if they can't adapt to how well Jobless was playing in the back half of that game. Are we going to see a series that we maybe expected from Jobless, who I think has come out a little flat, but showed some signs of life in that previous game?
Yeah, not too bad. Great sign of life after that win as well. It felt like forward would have taken it away. They're looking a little bit more reminiscent of game 1, at least in the early attacks of this game right here. Mike Boy and Compact working together. Low boost, though, all the way around. Up to Edgeby to keep this pressure going. Shots are wide from forward right now, and Jobless, it's just easy, slow, methodical defense on each shot.
Forward's done a good job of holding Jobless in as the defenders, and Mike Boy will follow up quickly, and just felt like Jobless could never break out here. Great little poke from Compact means he can play this one across the box, and the defense too late to react in time, and Oli was able to jump up on that one. So forward able to come out on top in the first minute or so. Jobless will have to react as this one flicked on. Jobless, who led up a couple of goofy goals in the previous game, but their offense was what really shined after the halfway point. It's now up to them to find that rhythm once again. If they can, it's Compact on the shot again. Forward have done well of just kind of holding and corralling Jobless into their side. Doesn't mean you have to be threatening, you just have to control the game. That's exactly what forward are doing. You just can't double commit. That's the key here. Jobless trying to find a way out. And every time we switch to a player, they've got less than 50 boost, meaning forward doing a great job of forcing them to use it and taking their boost away. Now 2 go from Jobless, but they're able to come up with the clear. And forward now being put on the back foot.
Not too bad. 3 minutes left to go. Still just the 1-goal lead for forward here. Jobless trying to respond, although nothing's been able to be found yet. Potentially second goal. Ixto to keep this one out. Over to Oli. Edgeby, great challenge. Compact lurking, waiting to go, but Oli over to the side.
Jobless really haven't shown too much of that offense that we saw in the last game. And forward haven't been tested defensively. It's just been a lot of them holding the ball in the midfield. Compact's got the whole server watching him get a couple flip resets. And now space for Mike Boy is cut out by Oli, as forward are marching up their line and inching closer and closer to the ultimate goal. Mike Boy will pop it up himself. He's got boost and again pushed away. But Jobless running out of boost and running out of defenders. It's Compact, and forward have slowly massaged Jobless into an unfortunate situation.
Oh man, as soon as I saw Nas go for that challenge and miss the connect on it, I knew it was free. There was nobody that was quite in the vicinity enough to get back to make the second follow-up on the defense, and forward go up 2-0 completely uncontested. There hasn't really been any quality responses from Jobless in quite some time here. This is one of the better ones. Crazy pinch from one end to the other, almost on target too, but easy save on the goal line.
Slow, methodical play coming out from forward, who have built a 2-goal lead. And now Oli will just go to the top right corner. He'll finish that one off, and Jobless cut the lead in half.
Not too bad of a response either. I mean, a lot of these responses tend to come out from Oli, so wouldn't expect anything less. There's a level of aggression and want to really stay in this there for him. But 2-1, you got to do it again here. Minute 45 on the clock. This one back in that blue side. You already see Ixo going for that challenge on Mike Boy. Wins that first one. Falls in the hands of Edgeby. Oli takes it away, and really it's just sending one person up after the other, but the follow-ups are just nowhere to be seen.
Ixo trying to play this one slow. It comes back out to Oli. He's trying to pop this one back up for Nas. And Forward are able to jump in front of it. Forward, who have been stalwart on defense in this particular game, now faced with the challenge of Oli and Ixo. The bump's coming through, but the shot was off. And everyone went from Jobless, Compact. He had a wide open net, but he ran out of boost to catch up to the play.
And the pressure doesn't stop there, though. Once Forward's on the other side of things, they're forcing Jobless to really hold their own on this. You see Oli just trying to track Edgeby, just not enough. Used everything in his tank on it. And Forward quickly turn around. Great show of patience, too. Oli completely stopped in his tracks here. Nas going to be the one to take it away. The player, a lot of people really have had their eyes on, I know you mentioned that he came in here for Resi, but he's been a player all the way around, debut-wise and all. He definitely has the capability to be the difference maker for this Jobless thing. He's just been a little bit more quiet than I think most people are used to seeing.
Yeah, there hasn't been a massive impact from him as this one's picked off by Mike Boy, and Ixo with a save off his crossbar, or rather the corner of his goal. But you're right, we need impact from Nas and for Jobless as they are sitting down a goal with 10 seconds left. The pass over to Nas, this could be in, and it's blocked away by Oli. I think a defender was there. And Ixo will have one last chance to attack in 0-second time unless his teammate takes it away, and Forward are up 2-1 in the series.
I mean, great showing so far, right? They really have held their own throughout this. A lot of pressure, though, that was placed onto the Jobless defense. It's not even that Jobless has bad defense by any means. It's just eventually, if you take 100 shots or wax at a wall, it's going to crack. So that was pretty much the name of it for Forward right there. They sit on match point. They're going to try and close it out as best as they can in this one, get their first win in the bracket, but I don't know. It's been decently back and forth. Even almost like half to half is pretty back and forth at times.
Yeah, and I think in this particular game, you did see Forward, despite, you're right, they did absolutely trade blows, but you did see Forward, I think, gain a little bit of ground on Jobless and their play style. Forward locked in Jobless quite a bit, especially in that first couple of minutes of the game. It just felt like Jobless had no answer to break out from their side with possession, and Forward met them with a challenge every step of the way.
Well, you got one more challenge, and that is to win this next matchup and end things here if you are Forward. On the flip side of things, Jobless, gotta have a win if you want to stay in the upper part of this bracket. Otherwise, you got one more chance to try and make it to Sunday. And off the kickoff here, pretty reminiscent of what we've seen on most kickoffs. Jobless breaking into that half there, getting stopped in their tracks. This, though, not so uncommon. Oli set up this time, finds his way onto the board.
And a good look here from Jobless, a team that has struggled in the first minute or so of each of these games, where they either go down or have Forward all over them. This time striking first, and Jobless maybe going back to game 2 type of play where they found a lot of success.
I'm going to try and do it again here. Great clear, though, from Compact over to Edgeby. They find each other. Double. Oh, my gosh. Great save, though, from Oli. Almost a better transition, but immediately stopped it mid. And I like this pressure from Forward. Back into the swing of things, looking a lot more like themselves.
Yeah, Forward has done a great job of control on the game. And Jobless maybe have done that a little bit, but not to the same degree that Forward has. It just feels like every turn for Jobless, there's a Forward player to challenge them. As Compact trying to play this one across, it does pinch it. This one pinches all the way back to the Forward side, and they'll have to reset.
1 minute in for now. It is a 1-goal lead for Jobless. Edgeby trying to follow this one. Knows it's going to be low boost. He's got to take it to the ground. Takes that corner boost, though, and compact to carry around the corner. Forward's got a lot of good pressure. This one's sent off to no man's land, back into the hands and control of Jobless for a moment, though. And Forward, a lot of these touches kind of just out to nowhere, which isn't really what you want.
It's not what you want, but still, they've been able to force Jobless into a couple poor touches, but Nass attacking the net. Mike Boy is able to clear it away. Jobless would love to find another and get a cushion, as Forward have yet to be shut out in this game, or in this series rather. So I feel like they're going to be able to break through at least one time.
Lead back in the blue side. He really is tried his hardest to be an initiator for this Jobless team. Nass up next to double reset. Forward, compact bumped off. And Jobless, they really are trying to stay in this one, but the defense from Forward is just as consistent as it has been in the games they've won.
Coming up on halftime, both teams playing a lot slower than they did before. Here comes a shot from Ixo from the ceiling, and Mike Boy has to make the save. So Jobless pulling up from long range. And a high degree of difficulty shot. But it's Forward. Done well to control the game once again, or at least for the moment, as Ixo has to go up for this one. And Jobless trying to set themselves up.
They're doing a pretty good job of it right now, though Edgeby's completely alone. It was a pretty decent attempt at it. Mike Boy, almost a perfect center sent off by the defense. This shot almost on target. Forward just getting closer and closer with each attempt as the time goes on. Edgeby slowed down in his tracks here, but pressure's still going. Here's the center over to Compact. Compact taking his time. Nass to disrupt here. Edgeby up next, completely denied. Jobless defense. They are holding on to that 1-goal lead for life.
Game 5 starting to loom, and it's looking like it might happen. Jobless find their second, and it's in the chaos of the challenges from Forward. Nobody had boost, and Mike Boy streaking across is way too late. Ixo puts it home, and Jobless double up their lead.
Such a great showing, especially for the amount of pressure they were under for so long. To be able to get out of your own half and just immediately find something through that net there is a great showing. Jobless up 2-0 right now, less than 90 on the clock. Forward, they have tried their hardest. They've put so many shots on target or close enough to it that it is a stressor, but they haven't been able to find anything as successful as they have in the past.
Time running out for Forward to close out this series without the pressure of a Game 5. Nass and Jobless trying to make sure that we do go to a Game 5, and Forward got through one. Ixo's not the best touch. Here comes Mike Boy. Shot on target. It's hard hit. Only comes down from the sky to make the save. And they keep their 2-goal lead for now, but Forward might have another chance. Good little touch by Edgeby to keep this one going. Mike Boy tries to poke it past the pack line. That could have been an opportunity had he hit it harder. The time's running out, and Forward, they might just give up their third as Nass goes to the back wall. Oli trying to follow up.
Very solid attempt from Nass to just continue to extend that lead to Ixo's turn. Slow fakes the musty, goes down to the ground on it. 13 left on the clock. Edgeby just trying his hardest to get out of his own half and set his team up for success, but time might have ticked away too quickly to get back into this one. And like that, Jobless are going to send us to another Game 5.
Wow. And I mean, we didn't predict it, but it's not surprising to see this one go 5. Jobless come out on top in 4, and that means that Forward now having to go back to the drawing board here, because this is a game where Jobless again looked closer to their Game 2 form, where they had offense going, where despite maybe some control coming out from Forward, Jobless offense was just too strong, and so they got to be feeling confident going into this final game. And for Forward, they got to figure themselves out, because they cannot allow the freedom that they gave Jobless there in the end.
Yeah, I feel like right now forward. They tried their hardest. They had so much pressure at times that it feels so odd that nothing found its way in. But again, that was just a testament to the Jobless defense. But really, in fact, that Jobless, for as much as they had to defend, you got to commend them on how quickly they were able to follow each other up and turn those into counters, and successful counters at that. So Game 5 officially gonna go down here on Champions Field. Who's gonna be the first person to go meet Hag up in the upper bracket?
That's right. Hag is waiting for the winner of this series. They 3-0. Pluvo plays like Rat just four games ago, really. And now we find ourselves in a Game 5. Jobless and forward. Reminder, neither team is out of the tournament if they lose. It just means that one of them won't make it to the playoff bracket.
Yes, your chances don't quite end here. There is a lot more Rocket League going on here today in EWC Community Cup for EU, but you gotta get past this one first. Forward, just the same game plan as before. Take your shots time and time again. It's another setup for Oli, back to Ixo. Full team effort, and Jobless first on the board.
There's the ball movement. There's the plays coming out from Jobless. This one beats the defender. The Oli pass to Ixo, and it's wide open from there. Jobless. This is what I was talking about, Herc, for forward. Jobless gets a little bit of confidence. They start showing their offense a little bit more, and that's the type of stuff you will come to expect from Jobless. We haven't seen too much of that this series, but it's coming out at the right time.
Definitely is. You want to get those early leads too, if possible. That's a lot of the times where Jobless have been able to find their success in a series. Just looking to build on it. Ixo trying to get to the center, working together as best as they can. One touch after the other, but forward defensively a little bit slower, but in a good way.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more methodical. And that's kind of how they've approached their offense too. But Ixo pokes this one out, got enough boost to make something happen here. Flip reset doesn't come through. And Jobless backing up forward to the point where they seem a little uncomfortable. It's a decent clear from Mike Boy and allow them to kind of break out and reset.
Trying to get in here. Another big clear from Jobless, stopped in mid by Compact. You see Mike Boy going up and trying to just be a nuisance and get a couple bumps and open things up if a play should continue. But for now, the attempt at the cringe play doesn't quite come into completion. It's a cleanup from Mike Boy to tie things up right here. But hey, points for creativity.
Yeah, great play from HB just to get that one across. Even after the challenge, he stuck with it off the ceiling and down towards his teammate. And forward, finally get on the board. Despite being backed up for so much of this game, their offense prevails and we're all tied up.
Time slowly going away. Nobody has quite been able to build on a lead or a response that they've had here. Easy save there from HB around the corner. Nas full tank to work with on this one. Tries to make a center over to Ixo. Double tap. Finds its way on in. He had so much space to work with on that one. Great placement. Tried to keep it as high as he could to the crossbar. Oh. And Jobless to build on their first goal.
Yeah, clean there on the double tap as well. And so Jobless get back into the lead, and those are the types of plays. Again, for me, I expect them to pull those off at a relatively consistent pace. That hasn't been the case here in this series, but again, they're showing it at the right time in Game 5.
They definitely are. Second half of the game, though, officially about to go down. Forward, trying to get back into this one. You got to tie up the game if you want even a chance at this point. Jobless has won matches with just a 1-goal lead, and they play a very strong defense. So it's going to be a really big challenge here. This one all the way to the sidewall. Mike Boy trying to clear this upfield. Ixo just immediately throws it and sends it back. And Nas keeping the pressure going.
2 minutes left in Game 5. Forward push themselves downfield, but again, Jobless have done a great job of, kind of doing the inverse of what forward's doing now. Is forward's just trying to throw this ball down the field and see what sticks. Jobless trying to find possession, bringing this down, beating the first man or using each other to break out. It's something that Forward was doing earlier on in the series, but I think they feel more panicked, or at least a little bit more uncomfortable in this situation, and so you're getting a lot less of it. Jobless have been able to take advantage.
Minute 25, this one to the backboard here. Ixo to redirect out. Forward just trying to refine their pressure. Pass over to 1, 2, and in. It's Mike Boy to tie things up.
And Mike Boy and Compact have just been a deadly tandem here in this game, whether they're feeding to each other or including their third as well. But for Forward, that's a great pass across the box, and there's not much you can do if you're Jobless. If you don't cut that pass off, it's an easy shot towards the net with power for Forward. So a clean goal means an opportunity to maybe steal this game away and the series. Mike Boy across the box. That one was trickling and dancing on the goal line. Jobless are able to break out.
1 minute left to go. Tied game, tied series is the last chance to claim an upper bracket win and make things a little bit easier for yourself on the day. Nas gonna pop this one up. Has enough space to try and carry it through. You saw Ixo already go for that demo, which means Jobless are going to come into these attacks fairly aggressive. And Forward just holding them back, waiting patiently for their time to break through, find a crack in the defense. Compact up next, completely denied off the play.
5 seconds left. 16 boost for Ness. Just trying to play this one over the top and hope for the best. 20 seconds left now in Forward. Not the best clear from HB. Jobless knows it. And Oli trying to take a couple challenges to keep Jobless in the mix here. Nas playing it slow. Compact, not a ton of boost. Nas to prevent the clear, at least cleanly. Oli, is he the hero? Is he the one to put this one away? It's over to Ixo, and again, the Forward defense jumps in front, and overtime we go in Game 5.
I wouldn't expect anything less after what we've been seeing all day today. But even in this series, it really is just the definition of close and back and forth. So who prevails when it matters most, and who's going to find that golden goal?
Who will find it? It could be Forwards. The back wall cleanly comes off, and HB almost had a free shot. Nash jumps in front, and Forward getting the better of Jobless for a moment. Jobless are forced to just throw it downfield, so it means possession back towards Forward.
I like this from HB too. It's pretty heavy aggressive, but again, Jobless plays a very, very patient game right now. They're waiting for their opportunities to kind of present themselves rather than forcing them a little bit. And 45 into this one. Nobody quite found their way through. A couple of decent shots being taken. Jobless finally getting one of their own. This one up. Ixo back into the corner. Most shots being sent off into that corner right there. And Forward trying to break out of their half. Do so successfully. Almost immediately cut off. And Nas gonna work this ball. It flips forward around the side and nobody to follow. This one sent off. Ixo shot denied. Somehow, oh my gosh.
No. And the insta leave.
Yeah.
Oh,
and for it to be only 2 is just hurt.
That's painful. That's painful. Jobless coming out on top, and that's not painful for them. I can only react for Forward right now because that is the worst way to lose a series. And it was such a good series from Compact, too. I thought he played exceptional, especially on offense, but a very painful own goal from Compact will end this series, and Jobless will inch past Forward in the end.
Oh, man. I mean, honestly, though, you do gotta have to throw your hands up and just be like, you know what? It happened. We take those in a good way, and you run with it. But not a bad series. Honestly, as close as it could have gotten. Our third Game 5, this one ending in an OT there. But my goodness, Europe, they have kept things close all throughout the day. And speaking of the day, let's take a look over at that Group B bracket and see what's gone down. If you guys have just tuned in with us, this is pretty much been the name of the game, Corelli.
Yep. If you guys have been here, then you know the results. But if you're just joining us, here's where we're at. Hag 3-0'd Pluvo. That was the series before the one you just saw. And then, of course, the one we just watched, Jobless and Forward. This is Group B. So it means that Jobless and Hag, they qualify already for the playoff bracket tomorrow. But they'll play again today to figure out their seeding. One of them will be going to the semifinals. One of them will be going to the quarterfinals. That lower side of Group B, with Pluvo plays like a rat and forward, one of those teams is eliminated, and the winner of that series moves on to the quarterfinals.
So this is not the end, guys. It's definitely stick around. We've got more matches underway. Speaking of those matches, up next, we are going to head back over to Group A. We've got Carmine Corp versus the Young Unks at the top of that bracket over there. So we'll see how that one goes down. It's been really, really fun. There is more. We do got to take a quick break. Guys, stay hydrated, get your snacks, and we'll see you right after this.
You and me are here together. Another night living forever. Chasing our dreams, yeah, we last all the stars. Where we're supposed to be is right here where we are. Here forever. Right here where we are. That ain't changing. Oh yeah, there's no stopping us until we turn to dust. It's now or never, 'cause we live for the moment. Oh, we'll take it all the way, no matter what they say. We're gold and we'll never fade. We live for the moment.
think it's all in vain and call me insane. But with every blow, my spirit grows, and through the wind and rain, I rise from the flames, and I'm born again. And I'm born again. Rise from the flames. I'm born again. I'm born again. Rise from the flames. I'm born again. I'm born again. Rise from the flames. I'm born again. I'm born again. I'm born again.
Make a toast to the guys. Let them know that we live. Coast to coast is a vibe. Coast to coast is a vibe. Here we go, now let's ride. Make a toast to the guys. Let them know that we live. Coast to coast is a vibe. Coast to coast is a vibe. Here we go, now let's ride. Mama said knock 'em out and laugh. So I'ma pit 'em up in a body bag. Hard as a brick, they stiff as a body cast. I'ma put a card, oh boy, I think I got it bad. Who won't smoke? Urban legend bound in the town of Moco. Take a look around, you a clown the bozo. Boy, I'm about to pit the whole game in a chokehold. They know though, that's the mojo. Off the rip, leak, click, click, take a photo. Mopping the floor though, I'm hotter than Coco. I'm popping up with the keys, I'm locking the door though. Let's go toast. Make a toast to the guys. Let them know that we live. Coast to coast is a vibe. Coast to coast is a vibe. Here we go, now let's ride. Make a toast to the guys. Let them know that we live. Coast to coast is a vibe. Coast to coast is a vibe. Here we go, now let's ride. Yeah. Yeah. Who won't smoke? Word around town, you a clown, a new joke. Never a bit lost. I am a true pro, a champ, a new boss. They stout me a new goat. But you know, about to take 'em to Pluto. Baby, that's how we slide. I pull that car like it's Uno. Move everything inside. Alive, they call me Cujo. Dogs with me, they ride, don't hide. Baby, we too close, shit. Make a toast to the guys. Let them know that we live. Coast to coast is a vibe. Coast to coast is a vibe. Here we go, now let's ride. Make a toast to the guys. Let them know that we live. Coast to coast is a vibe. Coast to coast is a vibe. Here we go, now let's ride.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Esports World Cup Community Cup featuring Rocket League. I'm Rome, joined alongside Corelli for this one, and we've now got the upper bracket matches. And I mean, Corelli, let's talk about it. So far today has been wild. We've gotten 3 games, game 5 so far. How are you feeling?
Well, I feel like Europe is delivering exactly what we expected in a way, despite, maybe me predicting a 3-1 in the previous series, even though we all knew that one was probably going to maybe go to 5 with the way today has gone. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've had some minor upsets here and there as well. That last series could have very well been a forward win. So I am excited to see these upper bracket finals.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. And I mean, listen, it has been absolutely incredible. Let's go ahead and take a look at Group A as we are seeing Carmine Corp going up against Young Unks first. And then we are going to have Wild going up against GRSV Resolve. And that match right there is going to be a banger. I'm expecting that one to go 5. I'll just go ahead and say it now. But yeah, this Group A, the way that this one shook out with both games going to game 5, I mean, a lot of teams were tested. Carmine Corp especially, it wasn't easy against Wild.
Yeah, for K-Corp, I kind of gave them the pre-cope for this series of like, hey, they might come out a little slow. I think Wild's maybe better than people are going to give them credit for as well. And they certainly did come out a little slow. Despite winning the first game, they were shut out in the next 2 games. Luckily, they scored 13 goals in the following 2 games after those. So K-Corp definitely looked like themselves near the end of that series.
For sure. And big shout out to everybody that's watching, whether it's here or whether it's through one of the watch parties like Alpha Cap's watch party. And right now, I mean, speaking of next, we're going to be having Hag trying to stay on the necks of everyone in Group B as they were able to have a dominant 3-0 over Pluvo Plays Like Rat. And that is the only 3-0 on the day. We've only had game 5s aside from Hag. So, I mean, are Hag really the favorite in this group overall right now?
Yeah, it's tough to say. They didn't have as long as the semifinals as, maybe a Jobless or a Forward did, but they took care of business. And despite that series being pretty close on from game to game, they were all 1-goal games in that 3-0. Hag had a superior offense, I'd say. And so that's the real question is, are they going to be able to pull that offense against someone like Jobless?
Yeah, I mean, this squad in Jobless, they looked solid. I mean, they had to really be tested against Forward. Forward really pushed them to the limits, but Jobless clutched it up. I mean, overtime, game 5, you gotta have ice if you're gonna be able to win in those type of situations. We know that Jobless has it, and they were able to execute in exquisite fashion. So, I mean, let's go ahead and take a look at the prizing, because the next 2 matches that we are going to be watching, they're straight up money matches. If you win, you are guaranteed top 4 in this tournament and guaranteed $2,000 for your squad right here and now. So a lot on the line. First place going to be getting $5,500. Second place going to be getting $3,000. Third and fourth guaranteed $2,000. So, I mean, listen, $12,500 on the line in this community cup. We're having 4 community cups. That's $50,000 total. And I mean, that's a 10th of the prize pool for the Esports World Cup, the big one. So, I mean, listen, there is a lot on the line for these players in these community cups right here and now, and especially in this match right here. So let's talk about our next match that we have coming up. A lot of people have been waiting for them to play again, and yes, it is Carmine Corp going up against Young Unks. Now talk to me. Do you feel like there's a potential for an upset on this one, Corelli?
Oh, sure. Young Unks definitely have potential here. Good, scrappy little team that we saw beat Resolve in that close game 5, which also had plenty of 1-goal games as well. I think that, I don't know, I think for me, K-Corp should come out a lot stronger here against Young Unks. They've been around for a lot longer. They have my GOAT Vatira. I would love to see Vatira lift another trophy. For K-Corp, I feel like this is another matchup where it's like, hey, you should probably... This is a series where you need to kind of come out and take care of business from the start. Don't let this one go long.
Yeah, they need to really come out and make a statement. I mean, we've seen KC have a couple statement games earlier today, and I think that they need to come out in game one and really let young Unks know that, listen, we are going to be sunning you guys, okay? You guys aren't going to be acting like you're older and wiser and more talented out here on the pitch. I think KC are going to come out, put the foots down on the necks of these young Unks, and we'll see exactly how this one shapes up. But, I mean, we got to talk predictions. How are you feeling this one's going to shake out exactly?
You know, I'll kind of hedge against my own take here and say that it'll probably be a Game 5 KC wins. That's what I'll say, despite that if I'm on KC, I'm hoping it doesn't do that, though.
All right, fair enough. I'll give it KC 3-1. I think they're gonna come out strong, but I think young Unks might be able to answer back. We'll wait and find out right here as these players are getting ready to start this one up. It's gonna be a good one for sure, especially the way that young Unks, they played against Grid Serve Resolve earlier so well. I mean, they clutched up in so many moments. They had great defense when they needed to, and now going up against a squad like Karmine Corp, you got to put it all together.
By the way, I did look up the ages of young Unks, and the oldest player on their team, actually, they're all 20 or 21. So I don't know if that really puts you into Unk status, but I will say that, you know, that isn't that old. So.
I feel like once your age starts with a 2 in Rocket League, people start looking at you a little bit different. They're like, okay, do they still got it? You know, so maybe they're like, okay, maybe they are the young Unks. Maybe they'll be like, all right, we all got that 2 in front of our age.
Yeah, well,
we're in Unk category.
wait until your age starts with a 3, then talk to me. All right, it's a little bit different. All right, people want to start putting you in a home.
Oh, man. Right now, I mean, already, Young Unk's doing a solid job of keeping Karmine Corp at bay. We talked about Karmine Corp needing to get off to probably a fast start just so that Young Unks don't feel like they can probably snatch some of this early momentum, but that might be the case right here if Karmine Corp aren't able to make something happen. Is Young Unks doing a solid job keeping it on this KC half.
Yeah, Young Unks coming out strong here, pressing against K-Corp. And a good defense is a strong offense here in Rocket League, and they're certainly showing that. K-Corp not really getting an opportunity to set up anything right now. In fact, they're just playing kind of defense simulator as Young Unks are just swarming on the attacking third.
Precisely, and a solid clear. They're going to be coming out from Vatira. Going to be potentially setting up the first offensive pressure really coming in from KC in this game number 1, which is very surprising now that we're almost 2 minutes in. Big demo going to be coming out. Vatira with the clear yet again, taking it by his lonesome, but the clear is going to be there. Justice is barely able to get back in time.
And that's right there. A play like that is what Young Unks have to be careful of as they get into this feeding frenzy on offense, and then they might get caught on the counterattack. And K-Corp, despite them coming out pretty flat here in the first half of game 1, they will punish you immediately if you give them the space on the counter. But as soon as I start talking about counters, look at this shot from Chip all the way across the field, and K-Corp have no answer.
Yeah, I mean, wow, that was a cross-pitch redirect. Like, my goodness. He said, nope, no one's going to be able to get there in time. Put it right on target. And Young Unks showing the wisdom already that they can turn defense into offense very, very fast.
Yeah, K-Corp really coming out. I said flat, they're coming out slow. Uninspiring right now from K-Corp, but Young Unks, complete opposite. They look fantastic. The speed at which they're attacking K-Corp, the confidence that they're approaching this game, well, it might be a little rattled. They let K-Corp in, and Attel will make you pay.
Yeah, Attel off the assist coming in from Rise. Looked like Vatira just left it off for him. Smart play coming out. Great communication coming in from KC as expected. Quick answer back, and now Young Unks find themselves back at an equal footing with this KC roster that they understand. Guess what? Listen, we can get goals against them potentially, especially in this type of setting where, you know, KC might be not throwing everything that they've got in their wheelhouse at us. If you're Young Unks, you got to capitalize on every single opportunity that you get because they will be few and far in between with this KC roster. Even if people are saying, yeah, KC, they might be taking it easy today. Yeah, they're still an extremely good squad, even when they're taking it easy. So Young Unks definitely have their plate full with this one.
Yeah, you have to be on your guard the entire time for Young Unks. Young Unks, even if your game's going well, which I think it is, despite being tied up, this has been a good game from Young Unks. But you can tell that K-Corp are starting to find a footing, albeit very slowly. And now Vatira has some space and some good challenges coming out from Young Unks to ensure K-Corp doesn't have that space for too long.
Chip gonna corral this one. Got to get it past Rise, but Rise gets a nice touch onto it. That's gonna keep it on this Young Unks half. Chip gonna do what he can to get this clear. The demo comes out to him though. Big play by Vatira. Rise gets a nice touch, sends it to the backboard. Are they gonna be able to make anything out of it? No, as the save comes through from Chip. Now it's gonna be Chip's turn up against 3. It's gonna be stolen away by Vatira. Pretty solid defense, nothing too crazy coming out, but oh man, that was almost scary. That one almost slipped by into the Karmine Corp net. That would have been disastrous.
Young Unks trying to channel that first minute of aggression that we saw. That's what earned them their first goal. Now a demo comes out for Creamy. Rise taken out of the play. Atto, the last man, doesn't find a touch and looking for the backboard. No one's there. Young Unks, I don't think expected it, and it was a tight angle regardless. And now here comes K-Corp. Can they set something up and steal away this game one in which I don't think they've played particularly well, but Rise trying to make it happen by himself, fakes through 1 and 2, splits the defenders like Moses, and a 2-1 lead for K-Corp.
Oh my goodness, one up top, one to the left. I don't know what happened with Young Unks. It seemed like they tried to overthink that one, and Rise just said, you know what? I'm just going to take this one right on in. Wow. I mean, that right there is just the experience. Yeah. Whoa, I thought that for sure was another goal. There we go. The follow-up is there. Yeah, anytime you got Young Unks scrambling on the defensive end like that, you got to capitalize, and Karmine Corp able to go up 3-1 game one, taking that victory, feeling really good getting this opening game.
Well, the good news is maybe in a game where you felt very flat, you still come out on top for K-Corp, even if it means that they have to do it in the waning seconds of the game. But good looks here in the end from K-Corp, who showed some individual confidence from Rise, and I got to clean it up, though. You can't allow Young Unks in like that. They have too much confidence here against you, and that first minute really showed you what happens if you let them in for too long.
Oh yeah, it was really up until that last minute, it seemed like everything was all even, or maybe even in the favor of Young Unks, and then all of a sudden KC did what they do best. They turned up the heat, being able to get a 2-goal lead and secure their victory. And now heading into this pivotal game number 2, where it is a best of 5. If you are Young Unks, this is a must-win game. You cannot go down 0-2 against this KC squad.
And such a painful game for all the compliments we were giving Young Unks. They had a great first game here, and that one goes down as a 3-1, but they were all over K-Corp early, and whatever you want to say about how K-Corp's been playing, it's important for the Young Unks to do something like that, to punch them and get that sucker punch in, get their first goal. It's a shame that they don't end up with that game, but you got to go again. Best of 5 series, and now you might see a little bit more confidence come out from K-Corp, so Young Unks are going to have to adapt.
Rise off the backboard, gets stolen away though. Thought for a second we were about to see a super highlight play yet again from Rise. He's already given us a few in this tournament so far. Maybe able to make it right there, able to get the double, but not able to put it on target, unfortunately. Back to defense for KC, looking to get the clear, and a little bit of a whiff coming in from Creamy, not able to corral that one, and now it's Vatira up high, leaves it off for a towel. Gets cleared out to the side though, and this one's going to be heading back the other way. A nice clear by Young Unks, and maybe able to make something happen as it gets centered, and here we go. Justice off to the side. He's going to ride this one up, going to be looking for a potential center. It does get touched though by KC, and it goes back the other way.
The demo's coming out as well. Atto, big demoer in Europe and in the world as well. This one is poked free. It's going to go off the post. And a pinch from Atto will ensure that one stays clear of the net, but it comes right back in his face. Vatira can't get there in time. And Young Unks knocking on the door once again.
Young Unks have done a great job of just pressuring KC and not letting KC be comfortable at really any point in this entire game. Even that last minute, KC had to earn every single goal that they got in game number 1. Now already 2 minutes in. Oh man, that was almost a crazy good angle. That one almost went in for KC. Been a wild situation, but Young Unks able to recover for now. Demo does come out though. That might be able to let this Young Unks roster breathe just a little bit, but you can't breathe if Rise is in the air because he could be setting up a teammate, and that might be exactly what he's doing. Nobody's there for the cleanup as KC played safe, not sorry.
And maybe an opportunity for Justice. Another shot comes through and another save on the goal line. Both teams getting goal line saves. Another one now off the backboard from Atto. Unks threatening and not coming out quite yet. K-Corp having to send the house on these. That one's wide. And maybe some semblance of control from K-Corp if they can break out. But Justice says, no way. You're right back into the blender. This one pitches across. Surely this one goes in. No, it's Rise on the goal line again. And K-Corp making save after save to keep this one tied up.
Yeah, Rise read that one like a book. I thought as well for sure that Young Unks were going to be able to put it in, but maybe right here, Justice not able to get the touch he was looking for. Was trying to slightly redirect that one to get it past the last defender. He needs something right here with only 1:40 remaining. Arming Corp looking to set up another potential first goal as they're looking to break the ice one more time. They got the first goal in game number 1, and they were able to pull out the victory. The question is, will they be able to do the same here? Actually, I believe Young Unks actually got the first goal, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
But anyway, Vatira. But Vatira able to get the first goal in this game, able to change those tides and get that early pressure onto Young Unks.
Yeah, finally a good look for K-Corp. They have been just peppering Young Unks when they are in that final third. And it wasn't without some, returning blows from Unks, but for K-Corp, finally with some quality breaking through, but they might have messed up here. Rise again on the goal line making a save. And Young Unks only getting these half chances or long range shots. K-Corp have met them so far on every single shot.
Yeah, and right now, Young Unks doing a solid job of setting it up for him. Justice able to squeeze it in from the side. He was able to steal it away from KC and guide that one right on in. A beauty. Doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, great touch from Justice, but just catching out K-Corp on the counter. That time, K-Corp did not have anyone back, so despite my praise, I am instantly cursing them. As K-Corp try and go back to work here against Young Unks, who have proven to be quite stingy. Now a couple bumps come out from Vatira. That's a wide open net. Vatira will not take it. Rise will get credit. And K-Corp with a couple bumps are right back into the driver's seat.
And that's 2 times now that we've been tied up 1-1 with a minute left. And Carmine Corp to take advantage. Looking to put that nail in the coffin. If they can get another goal right here, things should be all smooth sailing for the squad.
40 seconds left, and there's still opportunity for Unks. I think they're really waiting for big mistakes to come out from K-Corp. They've been able to put on a lot of shots at Vatira, getting his second save. As Young Unks trying to break through again, and a great touch once again from Vatira to turn them away.
The defense from Young Unks right now needs to hold strong, and they've got to find that counterattack. And this might be the situation. They've only got one chance before they go down in that 0-2 hole, and right now it's just KC not giving them even a chance, even an opportunity, as this one gets killed in the corner. And KC going to be going up 2-0 in the series, now 1 game away from securing themselves guaranteed in this tournament at least $2,000. So, lot on the line right now on this next game.
And I'm a little worried for Young Unks. I feel like confidence might be a little shattered here. You were so close in game 1. This game was also very close in game 2. In fact, by scoreline, maybe even closer. Well, definitely closer than the 3-1. But this one, it started to feel like things started to fade away from them. And I'm worried that coming out into Game 3, are Young Unks going to be able to stay in this series mentally against a team that have just grinded them down?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, that's a good question. I mean, the way that this squad just really is taking it to them in these clutch moments. I mean, KC are doing everything that they need to, every single game. Once it's the last minute, it's been 1-1 twice now, and then they take control. They do what they need to. They find the opening. Lately, it's been Rise having a nice play to be able to make it happen. We'll see if that's going to be more of the same in game number 3 if he can keep that rolling.
So we'll see if Unks can extend this series, or are we going to get our second 3-0 of the day? KC haven't looked particularly inspiring today, but they're getting the job done. They got the job done in 5 against Wild. If they were to win this game, it'd go down as a 3-0, but it was a pretty close 3-0. At least the first 2 games were. Game 3 clearly pending, as Young Unks have proven to be formidable here against K-Corp.
Yeah, very formidable. I mean, they've really taken them the distance. I mean, they've played 8 minutes of even Rocket League and 2 minutes of Carmine Corp dominating. So, I mean, so far, your Young Unks has a lot of positives to take away from this. It's also been a great experience for them, but they're definitely looking to make this experience a little bit longer. They can extend this series 1 game at a time. That's how you got to think about it if you're the Young Unks. And I mean, it's been a few games now where they've just played exceptionally well early on against KC, and they just got to keep it rolling for that final minute.
Well, they've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds to find their go-ahead goal. That is, as long as they don't let K-Corp in. Now, Justice waiting, and that might be an issue. K-Corp set up the bump play. Unks a little too patient here. Again, space given over to Rise, and he's trying to pick them apart. Unks double committing, but they are able to get it out.
Now it's going to be Young Unks looking to get this clear any way, shape, or form that they possibly can. Looks like it will finally come through. Rise not going to be able to get back to this one in time. Here we go. Maybe the Young Unks might be able to put it on target. Not quite. They got to corral this one in the corner, but it looks like it's going to be cleared out and away. This time it's going to be Carmine Corp up high. Rise one more time, looking for the challenge, but it's going to be sent deep into the KC corner. Now, what are Young Unks going to be able to do with it? If they can get a solid challenge, a solid 50, and get it to go their way, they might be able to set it up. And here we go, off the backboard into the corner. I thought that might have been the opportunity, but no. Yet again, KC, the defense is holding strong. Both of these squads right now playing exceptionally well on that end.
And for K-Corp, some dangerous chances created, and Unks have answered the call every single time. Creamy has a boost. I don't think that's the pop he wanted, though. Now it's up to Justice. He's trying to find options. Chippy quickly over to this one. Can he get a second touch to the back wall? Justice over his head. Everyone's committed for Unks, and no one's put anything on target. K-Corp looking to flick this one on. They didn't have a lot of boost, so Unks happy to see this one fall back in their possession. But as soon as you say it, a ball trickling towards the net. Here comes Atto. Can't get over it. And Unks left exposed, but K-Corp couldn't finish the job.
Atto almost able to put it away. And right now it feels like Carmine Corp are on the precipice of being able to crack this Young Unks defense. Just haven't been able to do it quite yet. Young Unks have played solid for sure. Definitely a game to be proud of. This is now the 3rd game in a row. It's tied up. We're at pretty much a minute remaining. Who's going to be able to clutch it up? The last couple games, it's been Rise and Carmine Corp. Will anyone from Young Unks be able to step up and break the cycle, or is it going to be more of the same? My goodness, Rise perfectly on target, directly off of the post, but saved away at the last second, squeezed on out of there.
And another chance for K-Corp. They couldn't put away a second effort, maybe a third, and another save comes out from Unks. And they finally do get a long clear to the K-Corp corner, but it's in the hands of Vatira. And now Rise, who's trying to find a second touch. It's a great clear from Justice, as Unks are just trying to keep their heads above water. Vatira goes high, a second touch. It's just Justice in the net. He's getting bullied away, but he gets the save. Another shot weak. Vatira can't get there to cross. Creamy with zero boost makes it clear, and Unks hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, and maybe able to get the counterattack going right here.
No
They
way.
do! Chip with a beauty. It was fast. It was like lightning. But guess what? Young Unks struck, and they struck quickly with fire as Chip is going to be able to put that one right into the bottom right. Great stuff coming in from the Unks.
And that came off a touch from Atto as well. It was Atto who put that one back towards his own side. I don't know if he was trying to back pass or if he just accidentally did that. But great recognition from Unks, and in the final 30 seconds, they're about to steal away this game from K-Corp.
And a thievery it will be, because KC had so much pressure, so much momentum on their side in this game. We said it, someone from Young Unks is going to have to step up in the final minute, and that's exactly what happened. Maybe able to get a second goal to boot, but no, it's not going to be the case, and now we need some serious heroics. But no, it's going to get killed in the corner, and just like that, Young Unks able to take a game off of KC. Maybe reverse sweep territory incoming, who knows?
Well, they're absolutely in reverse sweep territory. That's the only way they can win the series at this point. But for K-Corp, again, just never were able to finish their food in this game, and you leave this game not only with a loss, but you leave it scoreless. Despite all of the opportunity that they created for themselves, they couldn't break through, and it comes back to bite them, because you're going to need a little bit of cushion. You can't count out these Unk players. They have been able to put on and have shown you that they have some great offense if given the opportunity.
Precisely. And now, I mean, listen, they got that early cushion in the series, but this is the thing, is that this squad in Young Unks, they are not going to be going away quietly. They are going to be coming into every single game saying, listen, you are going to have to put your best foot forward in order to take us out. Young Unks, they are really going to be trying their best. And right now, guess what? There's no timeouts. There's not timeouts until the best of sevens. So, Young Unks aren't going to be able to sit back and, and take a breather and be like, okay, we got one. Let's try to keep this going. It's not going to be Carmine Corp taking a break and saying, all right, how do we close this one out? No timeouts. We're going to be getting right back onto the pitch, and that's exactly what I love about these best of fives, is that it allows anything to happen, because the momentum shifts, they can happen in a flash as quickly as that goal that Chip was able to get.
And I mentioned, I was a little worried coming into Game 3 for Unks that maybe their confidence is shattered, because K-Corp, despite some close games, a lot of times you'll see the underdogs just kind of fall apart in their final game. They just don't have anything left in the tank, but that's not the case here. Unks coming alive in Game 3, at least for those final few seconds, and get themselves another life.
Another life, another opportunity. 5 more minutes on the clock. What are you going to be able to do with it, Unks? Because right now, Atto tries to send it off the backboard, making early plays happen for this KC roster. Already it's going to be yet again Young Unks playing defense, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of the same. If we see a lot of KC aggression, just trying to break the ice that is this Young Unks defense. As right now that clear is a booming one. Justin's barely able to get back to save that one away.
Corp fishing. Rise takes his first challenge, and kind of more of the same from K-Corp. Playing with it in the corners, taking challenges and forcing Unks to use their boost and forcing challenges to come out. Vatira has Atto. Can he put it on target? He went too high. And K-Corp, another one left by the wayside.
Yeah, you're only going to get so many chances like that one. And if you're not able to capitalize on those, who knows how this game 4 is going to go. Young Unks might be able to make the impossible possible, trying to get a reverse sweep against Carmine Corp. It would be such a feat and such a statement for this squad if they're able to do it. A lot of these squads, they want to come out against these top teams in these community cups and really push them to the limits, and that's exactly what Young Unks are doing right here now.
And, it's pretty typical in Europe for that to happen, but K-Corp might say enough is enough. Let's put one away. Whew. And let's end this series. Vatira getting a second touch that threw off all of the defense. You can see how late they were to jump up after that ball. And for K-Corp, a welcomed first goal after being shut out with all that offense in the previous game. They're able to come out with their first goal.
Yeah, that's probably going to be feeling really good because that right there looked like probably 5 opportunities that they had in the last game that just weren't able to go through. So being able to get that one is going to be a big confidence boost for this KC roster. Is maybe setting up a little bit of trickery off the side wall. Rise was there, but that might come back to bite him. And oh man, yeah, if you're going to do a play like that, you have to convert and make sure the defense won't be lurking. And that's exactly what happened. Cream able to get the clear. Wow.
And K-Corp, that one was not getting the first challenge, and Rise forcing the second. Had he not gone, I mean, it was a free shot. He had to go. He was really in a tough situation. So Unks capitalizing on that play from K-Corp, and those are the types of plays where you have to convert. You have to have high conversion on those because you're not afforded them too much, and those are your lifelines. Those are the ones that keep you in series like this when backs are against the wall. And now K-Corp rumbling and stumbling through, and Katira is going to put this one away somehow and regain the lead.
Yikes. Katira looking for the reset, goes under, able to make sure that he secures the deal. Yeah, that right there is just a nasty 1v2. I mean, salute to him. Big props. Put it in your highlight clip. That probably wouldn't make his highlight reel. I'm gonna be completely honest. He's had so many ridiculous plays. Like that one would not make the cut.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got plenty from years ago that he could make a montage out of. But for K-Corp, it doesn't really matter how they get the job done. They're sitting 1 goal up. Here comes Atto, putting it down off the crossbar, and Young Unks had no answer for that one. K-Corp up by 2.
Yeah, right now it's looking like it's turned into one of those games where K-Corp are just getting anything that they want out here on the pitch. Still 2 minutes left to try and put as many goals as they can up on the board to feel as comfortable as possible. Right now, Young Unks looking a little bit rattled out here on the pitch.
A game like this was what I was worried about in the previous game. We didn't get it, but now things are wide open for K-Corp with Tira finding space on the flip reset. Didn't use it. And maybe didn't get it. Now Atto flip reset up and over the first man. Vatira trying to keep it in the mix. Unks having to play a lot of defense now. And K-Corp just peppering the back wall, taking challenges. This one floating off the frame. Unks have got to get a grip on this game or it's about to get a lot uglier.
Yeah, and it might get uglier right here and now as Atto might find the center. No, gets stolen away by Creamy. That's exactly what they needed right here, but the other thing they need is a goal. They need a chance, an opportunity, and right now, Carmine Corp are giving them absolutely zip, zilch, nada. That was a tongue twister right there with that one. This is going to be a nice save coming in from Vatira yet again, heading back the other way. Carmine Corp putting more pressure on this Young Unks roster, needing to make another stop if they want any chance of coming back in this last minute.
50 seconds left, and you're right. You gotta look out. Passing coming out from K-Corp. You need to put something away with time left on the clock. Here's Chip trying to play this one across, but he had no options, and Young Unks have got to be a little bit more creative than that. Look at the ball movement from K-Corp. Creamy got to put something together now. Less than 30 seconds, and a shot fires off. Atto makes the save.
Yeah, that was probably the best chance that they've gotten in the last couple of minutes, so
oh my.
I don't know if that's going to work out for them because Atto's going to take it right back the other way and give them the 4-1 advantage, and that means this one is probably more than likely 99% of the time all she wrote. Carmine Corp going to be getting the 3-1 game series win over this Young Unks roster.
And K-Corp, I think, getting the result that they wanted, a result that maybe took them an extra game, but Young Unks, a team not to be messed with. They have been a difficult one to get over. They even shut out K-Corp in their win and struck first in game 1. This one was the most blowout one of them all. K-Corp going on to the playoff bracket in the semi-final seed, while Young Unks will be also moving to that playoff bracket, but in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, so props to KC for being able to secure themselves a piece of that prize pool, guaranteeing their squad a minimum of $2,000, guaranteeing them top 4. They will be sitting in that semifinals waiting for whoever comes out of the quarterfinals. And like you stated, it's not over for Young Unks. They've still got a chance. But man, I mean, it would have been nice if they could have pulled off the upset right here over this roster. I mean, just looking at the way they came out on fire. They came out with a fire in their belly. You could tell that, you know, they wanted to really take it to this KC roster, and they just weren't able to finish the job at the end of the day. Like, a lot of close time in this series, but KC clutched up when they needed to.
And the good news is for KC, they won't have to see Young Unks unless they make it all the way to the end of the bracket as they get put on separate sides of the bracket. So for Cake Corp, they get through a couple of tough matchups with the wins. Maybe not the prettiest wins, but at the end of the day, still asserting their dominance over here in Group A.
Yeah. And now let's go ahead and talk about the next matchup that we are going to be having. It's going to be Hag versus Jobless. And this one's going to be a little bit interesting. We watched Hag earlier. They're the only squad to get a 3-0 on the day in the upper bracket semifinals. So, I mean, heading into this upper bracket final right now in Group B, do you think that they're going to potentially pull off another 3-0? Or do you think there's no shot that they'll be able to do that?
If they 3-0 Jobless, I'd be pretty surprised. I don't think them beating Jobless would be shocking, especially with Jobless going 5 with Forward. But 3-0, that would be quite the statement coming out from Hag. But I do think that this one's going to go pretty deep. We've had a few Game 5s here, but I think that this one's probably going to go 5.
Really? Okay. All right. So if it does go 5, let's get an official prediction from you. Which way you seeing this one go?
I'm going to still stick with, I think, the presumed favorite here in Jobless, but I do think it's going to be 5. I think Jobless let Forward kind of play around a little bit too long, and I feel like Hag's going to be a little bit more deadly in that regard, so this series might get extended.
Okay. Yeah, looking at this one, I'm going to go Jobless 3-1. I'll say 3-1. I think we're going to see another 3-1 in the upper side. So We'll see if that's going to be the case, you know, as we wait for these players to get ready and get this one going. But we also want to know in the chat, who are you all pulling for? Who do you think is going to win, and what do you think the scoreline is going to be? Do you got Hag or do you got Jobless? Is there a specific player on either squad that you're really, really looking at or really think might step up and be the MVP of this series overall?
I really liked what we saw from Astral once he got a little warmed up into the series, or in the series against Pulvo. He was able to kind of show his individual prowess, which I think is very, very important for Astral. He's the type of player that at an all-time high with the highest amount of confidence, he's like the best player in the world. And anything below that, it starts to get a little inconsistent. So for Astral, confidence is key. I think this team actually, Hag, very, very keen on having high confidence, because we saw a lot of solo plays come out in that previous series, and confidence is a big portion of that. I don't know if they'll get that much space as they did, but I do think that Astral, if you're looking at Hag, is the player to watch. On the other side for Jobless, I would really like to see more from Nas. He's the new addition here for this tournament. Previously, they had Rezi. We didn't get to see enough from Nas, I think, in their previous series, despite them going to 5. He didn't make too many like high impact plays. He played fine. It wasn't bad, but I didn't really see like a splash performance from him.
You know, maybe he's just, trying to find his footing with the new squad, trying to figure out exactly where he fits in with this new roster and how they're going to gel the best. Who knows? But I think maybe he'll come out of his shell a little bit in this series. We just got to wait and find out as we're getting ready to start this one up here and now. Both of these squads looking to come out and show a dominating performance here in game number 1. You want to be able to set the tone early, and if one of these squads can do that, they'll be in ship shape to take this one home.
This is